So back to Kit Harington.
Right.
Yeah, so we're thinking he's not on TV Land. That's how we got off that tangent, right? Because they would say so today, I think.
Just based on what you're saying, like all this stuff, some information was dropping in the morning, and then it's kind of getting confirmed. Even Obi-Wan, like, was that not confirmed a few days ago?
It was leaked by like
it was a leak.
Yeah, it was broken by bigger trades, but they didn't confirm it. All those trades went to Disney, and they just said no comment. And usually that means it's happening. The same thing happened with Miss Marvel today. They're like, "Hey, is this happening?" And they said no comment. If they say no comment, you know it's happening. They just don't know when it's coming.
It makes sense, and like it's just a perfect casting thing. Like I just feel now that Game of Thrones is done, I'm really on that Emilia Clarke bandwagon. I think she's gonna get cast in something soon. And I feel like they scooped up. What was the other guy? Pedro Pascal? Is he from Game of Thrones? Is he?
Yeah, he's from Game of Thrones. Peter Dinklage. Yeah, and then also, Richard Madden. He was only in the show for 3 seasons, but still, he's gonna be in the Eternals. So they love that Game of Thrones cast. So I think I don't know if it's this year, but I don't know who you're gonna pick for your legacy pick next year. But Emilia Clarke's gonna happen in the next 5 years, guaranteed.
Especially if she's in that Disney fam with Star Wars now.
Yeah, and there's no Solo 2 announced today.
Kit Harington. So. I mean, if I'm just gonna take him out of the TV show.
Yeah.
So where else does he go? Obviously, one thought would be Fantastic Four. I don't really think he fits with any of those.
Because you and I are in the same camp that we think it's gonna be at least Susan and Reed is gonna be older, right?
Yeah. In my head, it's like John Krasinski is gonna be Mr. Fantastic.
You've just decided.
I've just decided that. So until I'm proven wrong, but I do think it makes sense to go with a little bit of an older crowd because I think X-Men is gonna be a younger crowd.
Okay.
Not all of them. But
I know what you mean.
A good amount of them.
More hip, yeah.
Yeah, kind of grow up with the characters a bit more, possibly.
And then I think he's too old for Johnny Storm, because Johnny Storm, I think, will be the young guy on the team for Fantastic Four, because he's Susan's brother. So I think he'll be like the late 20s, like, because people have been like, we're not going to see Johnny Storm and Peter Parker be friends anymore. So I think it'd be somewhere around Tom Holland age, where the other people. And
I just can't really picture, I just can't picture Kit as one of the Fantastic.
No,
it doesn't
either.
fit in my head, like, it doesn't snap as easily. Now, some of the X-Men, kind of do click. And I guess one question right away is, like, what is their plan with X-Men? Because there could be, they could go with something just very different, right? They could try to do separate characters than we've seen before. They might not do Wolverine for a bit because they know that's still fresh. Like, just leave that for a while. They might go with some new ones. But then again, they might just go with some classics just because that's easy. People are going to go see the movie that has Wolverine in it.
Boom.
So obviously Wolverine is
$1 billion,
a thought. But I'm like I said earlier today, I'm gonna go with the Gambit pick because one, I think he has the look. I know there's like this whole Channing Tatum wants to be Gambit thing, but
it's not happening.
I feel like that's just been overdone at this point. Let's move on from that. And I think maybe a good route with X-Men is to do something different. Start with some characters that we haven't really seen or we've only seen a little bit. And
fan favorite,
and even starting with like smaller movies with only 1 or 2 or maybe 3 X-Men characters instead of a big team up right away. And maybe Gambit's a good way to do that. He's an interesting character. He's a fan favorite too. People love him. He's definitely a comic book favorite, and even like I feel like enough people know who he is and like the general.
Yeah, I think so. And he's been in a X-Men movie, so people know.
Which one was he in?
Origins. So like not a good one, but still. And I the thing he was most popular from is the 90s cartoon. He was a big character. So I feel enough people know he's the guy that throws cards. You know, like they know that. And if you put Kit Harington, you said that today, and I just thought that was perfect because I have such a hard time with Gambit. I've always said that I wish Brad Pitt was 20 years younger because he's like the perfect Gambit the way he is in Once Upon. But that's the thing with Gambit, like he's kind of like a ruggedly handsome guy, and I'm like Dylan said that I thought that was pitch perfect. I could see him as long as he can learn how to do that southern drawl, he'll be perfect. He has the charisma when he's outside. Lots of people have been casting him as Wolverine, and I think it's just because he's 5'8", so he's a bit shorter, and he's like a bulky guy, and he has dark hair. I don't personally see it. I think Emily described it the best way. He's just a little meek for it. But here's the thing I will say: when Hugh Jackman got cast, everyone just knew him from Broadway stuff. So at the end of the day, any actor could turn it on. And so like if he got cast as that, I wouldn't be, this is terrible casting. It's just not a role right where I'm like, that's perfect casting. Where the Gambit, I heard even something as Cyclops, like okay, he's a leader of a team.
Cyclops would be my number 2 pick.
Yeah, there's other roles where I think he could fit in. Where Wolverine, I just feel it's very obvious. You see it and you're just like, it has to be Wolverine. And maybe it is. Maybe he walks out tomorrow on stage with a pair of claws. And like that's
I almost feel like they're going to go with a bigger star for Cyclops because I feel like I agree. I feel like he's never really had the time of day. He was horribly misused in the X-Men 100%. Movies. And I think you need like someone big. I think when they use him in the MCU, they're gonna make him the leader like he should be, like he is in the comics.
I'm on that bandwagon too. I think Wolverine doesn't need to be around for a while. You can wait. People are never gonna be like, Wolverine, they didn't do it for 5 years. I'm done with it. Like, even look at, wasn't even our radar, but Blade. Look, that one announcement, everyone's like, oh my God, this is so exciting.
Right.
That's all it takes. And with Wolverine, I feel like you could get a big name, but you could also get a no name, kind of like Hugh Jackman was. It's a big enough character where, like, no one knew who Tom Holland was when he got cast Spider-Man, right?
I'm guessing they're just, I know it's technically different studios, but some of the Disney umbrella, they're probably a bit scared with Solo, right? Because that's like a risky move. You're recasting this big character after they just had their, like, you know, multiple decade long story end, and then you just recast it like the next year.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's different
because he's not
actors at play, but it's still
like
that's really hard shoes to follow, and hard shoes to fill rather.
hard shoes to follow.
It's just not a good idea right now. Like, just wait a bit.
You have X-Men.
X-Men just has like, you know, pages and pages worth of characters to pull from.
Yeah.
And MCU, I think they should pull some fresh characters in there, but even just take a Gambit, take a Cyclops who haven't really seen the big screen, like who haven't had the glory of the big screen that Wolverine has had, and do something fun with it.
All you need is one end credit scene X-Men movie of like, oh, we found this facility, Weapon X, and boom, people like, oh, Wolverine, like he can be excitable at any time.